Welcome to the deep dive. What if the secret to truly outstanding service, the kind that really sticks with people, isn't just about the external skills? What if it's more about a profound internal shift?
Exactly, something that comes from within.
Yeah, so today we're taking a deep dive into personal development and inclusive hospitality practices. We've gone through our sources and pulled out some really practical insights, things about self-awareness, embracing diversity, fostering genuine respect. Our mission, really, is to boil this down for you, give you a shortcut to understanding why personal growth is so, well, foundational for creating truly inclusive places, especially in a field like hospitality, right?
Yeah.
Which is all about people.
And that's precisely why this feels so relevant, so critical right now. Understanding yourself and then really making the effort to understand others. It's not just a soft skill anymore. It's fundamental, foundational for professional excellence.
Okay.
It's about building environments where everyone feels seen, valued, where they can genuinely thrive. That's more crucial than ever today.
Okay, so let's unpack this, starting right at the core.
Yeah.
Self-analysis and introspection. We talk about self-awareness a lot. But what does it really mean for someone, say, in a fast-paced hotel or restaurant, to actually practice introspection? What's the deeper payoff?
Well, it's definitely more than just like listing strengths and weaknesses. It's an ongoing process, really, reflecting on your thoughts, your feelings, your emotional triggers, why you react the way you do sometimes. And the deeper benefit, it's significant. It builds this quiet confidence, rooted in really knowing yourself. It seriously boosts emotional intelligence, that knack for reading a room or diffusing a tense moment with grace.
Right.
And it directly improves decision-making, teamwork. It's what helps people stay calm when things get intense.
Yeah, I can see that. And you see it play out in maybe unexpected ways. The material we looked at had this great example, didn't it? A hospitality student.
Oh, yeah, the one who realized they struggled under time pressure.
Exactly. It wasn't just, I get stressed. Through self-analysis, they figured out they got disorganized when rushed.
Right.
So the aha moment wasn't just trying to be faster. They made a detailed checklist for their shift tasks.
Such a simple, practical step.
But it came from that self-awareness, right? It reduced their stress, boosted organization, and actually improved their work quality, tangibly.
It moved from just a feeling, a struggle, to a concrete personal solution. That's the power of introspection in action.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what's fascinating then is how that self-awareness kind of naturally ripples outward. It fosters a more genuine sensitivity towards others. It's really one of the core building blocks for inclusive practices.
Okay, so it starts inside, moves outside.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Let's maybe get into some key areas. First up, gender equality in hospitality. What does that look like beyond just the basic definition?
Right, we know it means equal respect, equal opportunities for all genders.
Yeah.
But how does that really show up day to day in a hotel, for instance? What are the maybe less obvious bits?
Well, it goes beyond just, compliance. It's about actively fostering a culture where different perspectives are valued. We saw research pointing to hotels deliberately promoting women into leadership, not just for numbers, but because it brings different insights, different problem-solving skills, a broader view.
Exactly. And it's also about ensuring things like safety, fair scheduling, real growth opportunities for everyone, regardless of gender identity. The real impact, the so what, is a workplace that's not only fair, but actually more innovative, more resilient. Because people feel valued, they contribute more.
That makes total sense. Okay, so broadening out from gender, the material then talks about another key area, recognizing the needs of physically challenged individuals. It's more than just installing ramps, I take it. What's the mindset shift needed?
It's about cultivating, I'd say, proactive dignity. Anticipating needs, not just reacting when someone points them out.
Proactive dignity. I like that. Yeah. So the sources stressed practical steps, sure, like making sure accessibility features actually work well, but even more vital, rigorous staff training and respectful assistance.
Okay.
There was that specific scenario, remember, the role play for welcoming a wheelchair user at check-in.
Yes.
The focus wasn't just handing over a key. It was about making the whole arrival feel seamless, dignified, truly welcoming, without being patronizing or making assumptions.
Right, not overhelping either, just respectful awareness.
Exactly.
And then, equally important, there's supporting individuals with cognitive or learning differences, what the sources term intellectually challenged individuals. This can feel delicate.
It can, and that's why the principles are so important. Patience and clarity are paramount here. The guidelines are very direct. Use clear patient communication, always. Treat every single person with equal respect and kindness. And crucially, avoid stereotypes or assumptions. Always. Recognize their agency.
So in a hotel or restaurant context, what might that look like?
Could be simple things. Making sure menus are easy to grasp, maybe using pictures or simpler language, offering assistance but with real care and tact. Just ensuring their experience is as enjoyable and dignified as anyone else's. Breaking down barriers without condescension.
Okay. Now, here's where I thought it got really interesting. Our deep dive showed respect isn't just about these sort of big diversity categories we often focus on. The materials also highlighted respect for things like age, experience, even family and neighbor.
That's true. It broadens the definition, doesn't it? When you look at age and experience in the workplace, the research we reviewed consistently pointed to the immense value, often untapped, of wisdom from senior staff, especially in high-pressure moments or crises.
They've just seen more, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They have that bank of experience.
And you can imagine that playing out, like a junior staff member is maybe getting overwhelmed by a difficult guest.
Yeah.
And a seasoned receptionist steps in. Doesn't just take over, maybe, but calmly shows how to handle it. With poise, the right words.
Exactly. And the junior person isn't just getting bailed out. They're learning invaluable lessons about composure, communication, stuff you don't always get from a manual.
That really shows the practical value of respecting experience.
Absolutely. And then connecting this to the bigger picture, what was really emphasized is how practicing these values, respect, empathy at home, with family, with neighbors, that's often the bedrock.
So it starts there.
It suggests a consistency of character. If you live these values personally, they're more likely to be authentic professionally.
That makes sense, like the example used, helping an elderly neighbor with groceries.
Right.
That same consideration, that same respect, it mirrors the care guests deserve. It shows how your personal values aren't separate. They translate directly into how you treat people at work.
It's all interconnected. Who you are informs what you do.
Which leads us neatly into the power of maturity, right, in a professional context.
Yes. The sources defined a mature professional pretty clearly. Someone who handles feedback gracefully, adapts well under pressure, supports their colleagues. It's sort of a holistic view of professionalism, not just skills, but attitude and behavior.
So what does that mean on the ground? In a real hospitality situation, the material had that compelling insight about, say, handling a double booking, a nightmare scenario, potentially.
Right. A real test.
And it argued that fixing it isn't just about technical skill, finding another room quickly. It demands deep emotional maturity.
That's the key.
It's about staying composed yourself, showing genuine empathy to a guest who's understandably frustrated, and problem-solving creatively under stress.
Making sure the guest still feels valued, even when something's gone wrong. Focusing on their experience, not just the logistical fix. That's maturity in action.
Okay, so all these principles, self-awareness, respect for diversity, valuing experience, maturity, they all come together in the real world of hospitality.
They really do. They shape the entire guest experience when applied properly.
The examples we pulled out really illustrate that.
Yeah, like hotels implementing really comprehensive inclusivity training. Not just box-ticking exercises, but proper workshops.
Helping staff engage respectfully, empathetically with all sorts of guests.
Exactly. Different cultures, abilities, identities. And then there's the focus on team bonding internally. Staff sharing stories about their backgrounds, traditions. It builds that mutual respect within the team first.
Which then hopefully radiates outward to guests.
It tends to, yes. And maybe the most critical piece is that core principle of guest handling, the absolute commitment to respecting every single guest equally. Doesn't matter if they're a VIP or on a tight budget.
That consistent, unbiased respect. It says everything about the place's values, doesn't it?
It really does. It's the ultimate reflection.
Wow, okay. So let's try and summarize the key takeaways from this deep dive.
Sure, I think there are three main things that stand out. First, self-awareness isn't just personal navel-gazing. It's a direct path to professional excellence and real personal growth.
Okay, number one.
Second, respect and sensitivity. They aren't just nice extras. They're absolutely essential for building genuinely inclusive workplaces, especially in a people-focused industry like hospitality.
Essential, not optional. Got it.
And finally, diversity. It shouldn't be seen as some kind of challenge to manage. It's actually an incredible asset. It enriches service quality, makes the team stronger, enhances the whole experience.
See it as an asset. Love that. That's a great summary. And it leaves us, and you, with a final thought to chew on. How might proactively applying just one of these insights, maybe digging a bit deeper with self-analysis, or consciously choosing one specific act of inclusive respect each day, how might that ripple out? How could it transform your own professional interactions, maybe even your personal relationships or communities? What really stands out to you as the most impactful idea from today's deep dive?